look at the difference. See how like muscles are really relaxed, okay? And then versus here, they're kind of contracted, you know, they're a little bit thicker. So imagine if I had him here and I'm cranking, you know, on it and trying to lock that down, and then when he has to go use it, that thing expands, and it can't, that can be really, really painful. So that's why we always want to start with the muscles, especially in his lower leg. We want them to be expanded. So tough skin, I'll go ahead and spray, making sure there's a lot of the dirt and all that stuff, you know, off the skin. And I'll kneel. It's usually good when you know, face the individual as you tape. It's a little bit easier. But I'll kneel for those that are taking pictures so you guys can see. So like I said, I'll ask Pete. He's complaining of pain on the inside of the lower leg. So this is going to be kind of a little interesting for some of you guys that are used to taping one way. This is the one when I first started taping and I had to switch. You can't necessarily like, okay, can you sit this way? You know, you can't position them. You have to flip. You have to flip, you know, you have to get used to tearing, you know, with either hand. So this is one type of situation where if you have to do a lot of taping, and especially like in high school, early season, a lot of football players, cross-country runners, things like that, they use this a lot. So many times you have to do both. So you're kind of like, you know, you got to switch your hands in as far as what's taping. So what I'm going to do is start from the bottom, and I'll go ahead and just start a little bit below, a little bit above the malleoli, and I'm going to overlap my pre-wrap by half. And you can see, for me, I like to use the roll on the outside. So like if I'm laying down pre-wrap, that roll is sitting on top rather than the other way around. Just for me, it's a little bit easier to control and a way to get it smooth. Okay, so you can see for some people, it's just not going to be a really big, you know, tape job. Now, if you're doing a basketball player, you know, you may be doing like 18 inches worth of this, so that all depends. So, all right, so as we go, we got our tape. So this one's going to be a little different because I'm used to tearing with my right. I have to now switch because I got to go from outside to in. So I'm going to start and kind of pretend you guys can feel along your shin or your tibia. There's kind of like a line or a ridge. That's kind of what you want to use as your starting point. So I'm going to start on the top. I'm going to come around. I'm going to overlap. I'm going to go ahead and tear. My next strip is that overlap by half. So I'm going to overlap by half a width. And then I got to tear. See, this is weird for me having to control and roll on my left. It's like trying to write left-handed. So for me, I go a little slower if I have to tear with my left. And then as I go, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going up. But as you can see, the higher I go, what am I doing to my angle? I'm increasing it, okay? And as I get higher and higher, you'll see that point, or hence the chevron, start to form. And remember, what did it say at the end? You want to stop what? At the base of the calf. So in here, you'll have a little bit kind of going up, but on the back, that's also too why the angle helps, because it really allows for that space for the gastroc. So what I do for me, it's really good to do another set. So go ahead around. This is a really good taping technique to practice your tape tearing skills. And you see I'm just going around. I always want to tear in front. You can kind of see where the overlap is. As you can see, I'm pulling, make sure I'm supporting all those medial structures, and then that's one side. So then we'll go ahead and do the other. And then you can go and relax. So it'll kind of ease off a little bit, but then once those muscles contract, and when a lot of times that's when the pain arises, and that's going to provide a lot of that support. Okay. All right, so that's shin splints. Now I'm going to do